Hi, Timothy here in Kyoto. Kyoto is famous for its matcha and sweets. So this time I would like to show you some matcha sweets and traditional sweets that Kyoto has to offer. So let's go! Our first stop is located in an alley beside Gion, which is a popular tourist destination. And right now I am on my way to a tea house that sells various matcha drinks and sweets. So here it is, a tea house called Maccha House, where we are going to try their Matcha Tiramisu. A typical tiramisu usually use coffee and cocoa powder, but here in Kyoto they use matcha instead. So let's give it a try. That is a soft, rich and delicious cream. There's only cream at the top layer, so let's dig deeper and get a bit of everything. So there is a green tea cake at the bottom and it's pretty good and fluffy. Now let's try the matcha drink. Unlike its appearance, the green tea is surprisingly pretty light. I didn't know I missed out on such a delicious sweet. The only downside is it's pretty small. I wish there are more. Just behind the area is our next destination, a traditional tea house. Inside of the store looks a bit unique, but it's not what we came for. This is what we came for, a freshly made Warabi Mochi. Unlike a typical mochi, a Warabi Mochi has a jelly-like texture. Just look how soft and delicate it is. It's time to give it a try. Oh wow, it's so soft and it melts in my mouth. It's not the most photogenic food, but it's really good. Next, let's add the syrup, which I assume is a matcha syrup. The syrup is just slightly sweet, but it further enhanced the matcha flavor. That was a nice and light snack. Now let's go into the next place. So far I had quite a lot of matcha, but there's one more tea house that I want to visit to try their matcha dessert. So here we are in the next tea house. And this is what I'm looking for, a matcha parfait. And it is pretty big. Let's see what it is made of. Right at the top we have some kind of matcha grass jelly, and there are also a few pieces of green tea cakes. There's also this yellow thing which I thought was mango, but turns out it was a chestnut. Oh, and they also do not forget to add the red beans. Japanese do love red beans. And in the center there is a matcha whipped cream, which surprisingly tastes very rich and flavorful. Underneath the whipped cream, we have a matcha ice cream, and there are also a couple of mochi balls. As for the bottom layers, there are a few more grass jelly and also a vanilla ice cream. Now the only thing left is for me to finish it all. That was pretty filling. It was almost like a meal. It was good, but definitely a matcha overload for me. Now we have one last sweet to try, and it is not matcha. So let's go check it out. Our final location is a bit up north from the city. There's nothing much around the area except for a small shrine and our next destination, a 1,000-years-old mochi store, which sells a unique type of mochi called Aburi Mochi, which means roasted rice cake. First, the mochi are skewered and covered in soybean powder. And then they briefly roast it over a hot charcoal before they finally dip it into this sweet miso paste. And this is what I get for 500 yen. So let's try it. It's pretty good. You can still taste the chewiness of the mochi. It's quite sweet. I really like it. I cannot show the area around the store because the owner asked me not to, but the surrounding area is nice and relaxing. Perfect for an afternoon break. That was a really good snack, and I ended up ordering a second plate. Although it is slightly far from the city center, it is definitely worth the visit. And that's gonna be it for now. I will put the store location I visited into the description box below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.